You're sitting up front. They're all behaving. What a great job. Chag Sameach, everyone. We're gathering here today for our regular Texas menorah lighting in irregular circumstances. As everyone knows, on Sunday there was an attack at a Chabad Hanukkah celebration in Bondi Beach, where 15 victims were killed, including 2 Chabad rabbis, members from the community, and many others were injured. One of the young men that was injured is actually a son. He was an intern, a rabbinic intern in Australia at Rabbi Eli Schlenger's synagogue. He's the son of the Chabad rabbi in Rebbitzin in College Station, Texas A&M, and these are his siblings here. Some of the siblings from College Station to join us here for this very special occasion. To kick things off, we're going to ask Rabbi Yosef Levertov, the head Chabad rabbi of Austin, Texas, to share a few words.
Good evening. We're devastated by the terror attacks on a Chabad Hanukkah event as this in Sydney, Australia. Rabbi Eli Schlenger was a dear colleague, and his work is similar to ours. Inspired by the teachings of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, by the same mission of sharing the joy and spirituality of Judaism with all. An attack on Jews anywhere is an attack on us. We are the victims as well. We mourn together and we will celebrate together. As we look for direction on where to turn from here, we take inspiration from Rabbi Schlenger himself. In his own words, in an interview last year, when he spoke about anti-Semitism, there's a video of him in the media of him putting on menorahs on cars, celebrating with menorahs, Chanukiahs on cars. As we see the darkness of terror creep up around the world, we will increase with light, more menorahs, more proud Jews, more Judaism, more light, more spirituality in our town and around the world. In close consultation with law enforcement, and thank you for sending the DPS to all our celebrations all over and our school. We invite everyone to join our celebrations. It is our, how many years are we doing it?
11 now.
11 years with Governor Abbott and the governors before. We're very proud that Texas is part of the national, on the top of the list of Chabad celebrations at capitals. In conclusion, I would like to bless you and Cecilia to have long life, good health, happiness, and a long life here in the capital.
Thank you. Very kind.
We mix serious and somber sentiments with joyous sentiments and joy. Remember, Hanukkah is a holiday. So before we move to our next speaker, I would like to ask the children of the Tamin Academy, Austin's premier Jewish day school, to come up and sing for us a beautiful Hanukkah song. Round of applause. Come on up. There we go.
dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay, and then it's dry and ready. Oh, dreidel, I shall play. The lovely body with legs so short and thin, and when it gets all tired, it drops and then I win. Oh, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready. Oh, dreidel, I shall play. With a latke delicious and fried, here is my front, and here is my side. When I get all fried up, then I shout, just flip me over and take me out. Chanukah, Chag yafe kol kav, or chaviv misaviv, yelayelecha. Chanukah, Chanukah, sevivon sof sof, sof na sof, mana'im batov. Sof na sof, mana'im batov. חושך לגרש, בידינו אור ואש. כל אחד הוא אור קטן, וכולנו אור איתן. סורה חושך על השחור, סורה מפני האור. סורה חושך על השחור, סורה מפני האור.
Thank you very much. In a year like this, we need extra music and extra songs, right? A little extra joy. I'd like to ask Rabbi Menachem Lazaroff, the Associate Rabbi, Chabad of College Station, Texas A&M, to share a few words.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Howdy. Some of you might be wondering why the Associate Rabbi at the Chabad at Texas A&M is here right now. I'm here for my brother Label. My brother Label went to Sydney earlier this year to volunteer for the local community there, to spread light, and he organized different events for the community there, and he was having a great time. He actually helped organize, and he was telling me all about it. A lot of work went into it. He organized a beautiful menorah lighting event at Bondi Beach. And he was there right in the front when the celebration became an attack. As the shooting rang out, and we know this now because he was conscious the whole time and he told us everything that happened. He remembers everything. As the shooting rang out, he saw close by an Australian police officer who was injured and critically and bleeding. So he ran over to him, took off his shirt, off his back, and applied a tourniquet and saved the man's life. As that was happening, Rabbi Schlinger, who was his boss and mentor, was there right next to him, said, they're coming, behind the van. And as the terrorist approached, Label told the officer, do something. You have a gun, use it. The officer was not in the capacity to respond. Label said, I'm from Texas. I'm licensed. I know how to shoot. Give it to me. Give me the gun. Let me do something. Let me stop it. The officer didn't listen, and we know what happened. Label got hit twice, once in the abdomen and the leg, and he saw his boss next to him. told my parents today that he knows if he would have had the gun, he would have been more of a target, and he probably wouldn't make it. But he said, I could have saved the rabbi. Rabbi Schlinger has a family, he has a wife and children. I'm just a young boy. I could have done something. And I wish I would have done more, but I was shot. That's why I'm here. Label is a hero, a real Texan, and a proud Jew, of course, raised with the values of valuing life, protecting life, even if it means taking a bullet to do so. And he saved that officer's life at the risk of his own because we value life. Contrast that with the terrorists who would take a bullet to take a life, infused with an ideology of hate and of intolerance. But we can't let them win. We will never let them win. And so if you're Jewish listening to this, we light our menorah. We light our menorah tonight. We light our menorah all the nights of Hanukkah. We celebrate our holiday. It's a fun holiday. We celebrate this year, we celebrate next year, and we keep celebrating for all eternity. The Greeks tried over 2,000 years ago, and we're still here today celebrating and lighting the menorah. To my fellow Texans and Americans, anyone who's listening to this right now, first of all, I want to thank you. Thank you for your words of support and all the love that we've been getting from our community and from all around. Thank you for having us and having Label in your prayers. It really means a lot, and for all the good deeds. We could choose, when I woke up to my brother Lazer knocking on my window at 6 in the morning, completely, could barely get the words out of his mouth, and then the nightmare of the last few days began. There was nothing I could have done. Nothing I could have done to prevent the attack. Nothing I could have done immediately to respond to the attack. I'm just a young man in College Station, Texas, very, very far away from Australia, of course. One thing I can do is to add more light in my life. I can't fix the world, but I can fix myself. And so all of you, I'm asking, add more light in your life. We all have that goodness, so many good people. We all have that inner light. Let it shine. We get to choose what kind of society we live in. We get to choose what kind of life we live. And we get to choose how we raise our children with morality, to respect others. We're all created in the image of God. We could raise our children with more God consciousness. We could educate our children to be respectful of others. And we could add more light in our local communities. And through that, we could add more light across the world. I want to thank the governor for all that you represent, for always speaking the truth, and for all your support to the Jewish community here in Texas and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your heartfelt words. Each year, as we honor our governor, we ask him to share a few words with our community. And this year, it's a little bit of a different year. Without further ado, we'd like to ask Governor Greg Abbott, a great friend of the Jewish people, a great friend of Israel, to share a few words.
Well, thank you, Rabbi, and thank you to all the rabbis who gather with us here tonight, and to these young children, members of the Jewish community, members of Texas or the United States or wherever who may not be members of the Jewish community. We welcome everybody here. God blesses us in many ways. One of the best ways I think God can bless us is with children. We saw the blessing of those children here moments ago when we saw them get up here and perform, instilling light in heart, or light within our hearts. And it truly is a blessing. It's a blessing to have the opportunity to welcome everybody here for the celebration of Hanukkah. We do so here in the Texas State Capitol, in the governor's reception room of the state capitol. I'm proud that you are all here. We gather tonight under very weighty circumstances, just like we did a year ago and 2 years ago. Remember, the last 2 years that we've celebrated Hanukkah, those were 2 years in the aftermath of October the 7th and the Hamas attack on Israel, on Americans in Israel. Let's be clear. And at that time, there were so many prayers to save the lives of those who were assaulted, prayers for those who were held hostage, prayers for peace. And if you think about it, to a large extent, most of those prayers have been answered. As far as I know, there are no bombings in Israel now. The bombers, whether it be Iran or the Houthis or whoever, they have been largely dismantled. And there are attempts ongoing to instill peace once again in the entire region. We need to recognize the blessings that we've seen from that, as well as the release of the hostages who've been sought for so long, alive or not alive. Every family deserved to be reunited with their family member who had been held hostage. We know there's more to do, but we know that we've come a long way. We know something else. In this time when we celebrate the brightness of light and what it means to bring things out of shadows, we also have had seared into our minds what just happened in Australia. What happened in Australia is more than just a terror attack and murder. It also is an ever-present reminder, the reminder that we can truly never let down our guard, a reminder of what's called eternal vigilance. One aspect of that eternal vigilance is ensuring that we constantly do whatever is necessary to keep you safe, to keep our community safe. That's exactly why just a few weeks after the Hamas attack on Israel, I went to Israel. I wanted the world to know that Texas stands with Israel. It's why when pro-Hamas protesters tried to do in Texas what they did in Columbia, at UCLA, and other campuses across the country, I said, I will not let that happen to our communities in Texas. It's why I've made clear, and actually took the lead in the United States on the issue, that terrorists and terrorism is not going to be tolerated in Texas. So much so, I issued an executive proclamation declaring the Muslim Brotherhood and CARE as terrorist organizations that will not be tolerated in Texas. It's well known that one of the founders of the Texas branch of CARE was convicted by a jury in Dallas for providing material assistance for terrorism. It's also clear that just late last month, there was an illegal immigrant from Jordan who was ordered to be dispelled and sent out of country from the United States by the United States government. And including in that finding was that he had provided material support for terrorists. And yet at that time, at a time when CARE wants to try to distance themselves from terrorism, they embraced that terrorist and pleaded that he not be deported from the United States of America. I say to CARE, if you do not want to be labeled a terrorist, stop supporting terrorists. But we must also never forget what the rabbi was talking about, and that is the miracle of Hanukkah. We're here tonight to once again celebrate that miracle here at the Texas Capitol. And I'm so proud to join with you as well as these rabbis, while at the very same time ensuring that at synagogues across the state, at other menorah lightings around the state, we have enhanced security, making sure celebrations will take place peaceful and respectful. So thank you all, God bless you all, and happy Hanukkah.
Order of schedule as follows. I learned that housekeeping notes are always important. They're very good. In just a moment, the governor is going to light the Shamash, the middle candle. The central candle on the menorah, in Hebrew known as the Shamash, is the serving candle. It serves all the other candles, and there's no greater honor for us than to request the governor, who is the servant for the great state of Texas, the chief servant of the great state of Texas, to light that candle for us. After the governor lights the Shamash, we're going to honor Mr. Mark Cooper, a dear friend, a lay leader in the Jewish community, a lay leader in Chabad Young Jewish Professionals, and an upstanding member of our great state of Texas. He will recite the blessings and light the menorah, following which we will sing. We're going to sing Ma'oz Tzur, we're going to sing Hinei Ma Tova Manayim, we're going to sing Am Yisrael Chai. We're going to sing Am Yisrael Chai very loudly. Okay, very important. Am Yisrael Chai means the nation of Israel lives. After that, the governor is going to hand out chocolate Chanukah gelt to the children, and you'll have an opportunity to take photos with the governor as well. Got it? Very good. All right, we'll start with, we have a working lighter this year. The middle one right there. I'd like to ask Mark Cooper to lead us and share a few words.
Before I recite the blessing, the lights of Hanukkah are symbols of hope and the restoration of freedom. And Governor, I want to thank you. We're so grateful for your leadership in keeping all communities in Texas, including the Jewish community, safe and free. We're especially grateful for your support of grants for security assistance that help our communities, our schools, our places of worship, keep them safe, for your efforts to combat anti-Semitism, and your clear voice of moral leadership in support of America's ally, Israel. Thank you for being a light to the whole state of Texas. If you know the words, feel free to join in. Don't make me do this by myself. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim Haim Bazman Hazeh. You got a stubborn one.
Thank you all very much for joining us. I'm going to remind you all that this does not count as your personal Hanukkah lighting. If you light menorah, as every Jewish person should, are lighting menorah tonight, you should light at home. Tonight is the 5th night of Hanukkah. You'll notice that the menorah tonight is the first evening in which more of the candles are lit than are dark. Tonight is the night that we traverse, we move over light over darkness. And we know, we say it every year, we'll say it again, a little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness. A little bit of light can chase away all the hatred and all the anger and all the anti-Semitism and all the anti-Jewish sentiment that exists through bolstering and enhancing our personal internal spiritual guideposts and reconnecting to our spiritual connection to God. That is what chases away darkness. Thank you very, very much for coming. Have a wonderful, wonderful Hanukkah, and the governor's going to give out Hanukkah gelt now. Let's go!
Come on up. Take one. A lot of kids. Are there any kids out there? Any kids out there?